What's going on, y'all? Y'all see the title. We're gonna get into who had the greatest signature move of all time, man. With the NBA legends and players, we're gonna get their perspective, of course. Shout out to who is this mom guy? Young Allah. Young Allah. Shout out to you, my boy. Links in the description. Turn on post notifications. Tell me what videos you want me to react to next, man. Without further introduction.
Hey man, it's your boy YG, aka Young Gala, and when you're talking about the greatest signature moves of all time, there is so many to choose from, and some are not even NBA legends, but they have that one unguardable move, and you'll be surprised of how some of these legends took somebody else's signature move and made it their own. So anyways, man.
Oh my God, MJ's really dunking.
And we're gonna listen to NBA legends and players talk about what was the greatest signature moves of all time. And be aware, there's some players you probably never heard about. So before we get straight into that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the culture so you won't be missing any of my videos. And let's get to the vid, man.
Jerry West.
His pull-up jump shot was absolutely vicious. See, that was just, you're using more of a dynamic pull-up shoot. See that right there? So Oscar's was, using his body, but you see Jerry's kind of like me. He's wiry, kind of uses quickness to get guys off. See?
Nice little up fake.
I use that a lot too. I'm actually watching the defender a lot and trying to figure out, what is he seeing as an offensive player to make him do what he's doing, or why that makes sense in terms of what is he thinking at that moment, and why did that move work.
So tell me what you knew about Elgin Baylor.
Everything I heard about Elgin, everything I read about Elgin was that he was Dr. J and Michael Jordan before Dr. J and Michael Jordan. You get to the basket, you do all these incredible things in the air. But I want to know, how did he get to the basket? It's cool to be able to do all those fancy things, but how did he get there?
What was the thing that set him apart?
He had great footwork, very explosive first step, very strong though. And we forget of his size and how big he was and how strong he was. So once he dipped that shoulder and got by players, it was basically good night. You were at his mercy. That's pretty impressive. A lot of guys can't use the right foot as being a pivot foot and the left foot being the foot that they use to fake. It's just an uncomfortable move for right-handed players. And he looked absolutely natural in doing that. Magic's
a lot of razzle dazzle.
And that's a fact. Even me, I can't jab like that with my left. Like it don't feel right. It don't, it's just uncomfortable. Yeah.
Absolutely natural in doing that. That's what I'm a scorer. I mean, that's what I do. I look at it as like superheroes. Some have webs, some can fly, some can, you know what I mean? Everybody has their own thing that they do well or do better than the others.
You were a Magic guy. You didn't even really like Jordan, right?
No, I wasn't a fan of his, actually. I was a big Magic fan, and so Michael was coming along. It was kind of like a territorial kind of thing, where, I wanted to see Magic win. But then once I realized I wasn't going to be 6'9" like my dad, I was pretty much stuck at this height, that I started seeing a lot of similarities in terms of physique and things like that, things that I could learn from him at that size and how he worked. I've literally learned so much from him. I just try to do him proud and do Jerry proud and Oscar Robertson proud and guys who came before me because I learned so much from them. So that's exactly how I look at it. When I train and when I work out or when I prepare, it's all in the name of the game. It's a lot bigger than me.
Who has the greatest signature move of all time?
The greatest signature move of all time.
What's the greatest signature move?
What a move! What a move! What a move!
Oh, you can't stop him.
The greatest signature move of all time?
Man.
Oh, man.
That is a hard one.
The greatest signature move would probably be Kobe's fadeaway.
Kobe, hard to believe. Are you kidding me? Unreal! Are you kidding me? How strong was that? A triple on a fall away. The shot locked down.
Greatest signature move of all time is the Kobe Bryant fade. The Kobe fadeaway.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Bang!
I think Kobe's fadeaway.
2 seconds, 1 second. Kobe pump fake. Kobe for the win. Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant fade away in the post was nearly unstoppable.
That Kobe fade is pretty unstoppable, I think, especially with his footwork and then the shoulder.
All of them got the same answer? What the hell?
Work too, depending on just how he felt that day. Either way he turned was going in.
When you're walking past a trash can, when I was young, I used to yell when I used to fade away from trash can, Kobe.
Bryant dribbling, has to put it up with the buzzer. Back
banks it in! He banks in the three! And the Lakers win the game!
The greatest signature move of all time. There's so many of them. I gotta go with the fellow Europeans. I gotta go Dirk's fadeaway.
Nowitzki against Turkoglu, backs in.
Okay, so he put all the ones that said Kobe at that moment.
Falling away, puts it up, banks it in! Oh, what a tough shot from Nowitzki!
When I take the fadeaway of Nowitzki.
The Dirk one-leg fadeaway.
The one-leg fadeaway by Dirk.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki.
I think
Dirk.
I'm gonna have to go with Dirk.
I would say Dirk.
I'm gonna go with Dirk.
I'm gonna go with Dirk because I'm gonna go with the fadeaway that won me the championship.
Nowitzki against Wade, off balance. It's good! What a shot from Nowitzki!
It's one of the reasons why he was so good, because he invented a shot that nobody was really doing before, and his signature move is legendary.
Greatest signature move of all time has to be the Sham God.
Sham God.
Even though he only had a cup of coffee in the NBA, everybody references his move whenever it's done.
It's Russell.
Just hit him with the God Sham God, okay.
Throw the ball one way, make him reach for it, grab it the other way. That's the greatest signature move in my eyes.
Jamal Crawford has the greatest signature move of all time, the shake and bake.
Jamal Crawford, probably his behind the back pro hop.
Here comes Crawford in transition. Behind the back.
That pro hop is different. That pro hop is different.
I like Jamal Crawford's double behind the back.
Where he goes behind the back twice.
I don't think it really got a word, but it's like a double hop. He goes behind one way and hops back the other way. It's legit.
The greatest signature move for sure is Tim Duncan using that glass.
Tim Duncan face-up bank shot. It was unstoppable.
I think Hakeem Olajuwon in the Dream Shake.
Hakeem Olajuwon, the Dream Shake.
Dream Shake.
How about a little Dream Shake? Fade away. Oh! Hakeem Olajuwon! Oh, you can't stop him.
Hakeem Olajuwon, the Dream Shake.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Dream Shake.
The Dream Shake, just because how pretty it was, how big Hakeem was, and how mobile he was. It just, inspires you.
The best signature move right now is Harden.
James Harden with the step back.
I would say James Harden has the best signature move, which is his step back to create such separation. His is the most difficult to guard and the hardest to duplicate.
The step back is crazy.
James' step back is one of the more unguardable moves in the NBA right now. So to watch him do that every day, know it's coming, and still can't stop it is pretty remarkable.
The greatest signature move of all time would have to be MJ's fadeaway.
Michael Jordan fadeaway.
Michael Jordan's fadeaway.
Michael Jordan fadeaway.
Michael baseline fadeaway. High archer, good.
Oh, the greatest signature move of all time is MJ's fadeaway.
I would say.
I would say that MJ fadeaway as well. That's just different. That MJ fadeaway, oh my God.
I would say Michael Jordan's fadeaway.
Michael Jordan fadeaway. The Michael Jordan turnaround fadeaway.
MJ fadeaway.
MJ fadeaway.
The MJ fadeaway for sure.
MJ fadeaway jumper. Yes, sir.
It's pretty unstoppable.
Pretty much unstoppable.
Nobody was ever able to stop it or slow it down.
That's a shot that really people have tried to do just as well as him, but couldn't. I don't think that anyone's been able to master the fadeaway like Michael has.
The best signature move of all time has to be between the Michael Jordan fadeaway or Tim Hardaway's UTEP two-step.
Tim Hardaway Sr. with the UTEP two-step between the legs cross.
Hardaway backs off on Thomas. What a move!
Oh, okay, that's his signature.
That was brilliant.
Greatest signature move to me is the killer crossover by Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway and his killer crossover.
Okay.
Brother.
I like the Tim Hardaway.
That's where that move come from. I ain't gonna lie, I like that move. Or I ain't know that was a signature move. I thought it was just a little combination, but okay. That's
between the legs cross.
My favorite is Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway into the clear with the killer crossover.
Tim Hardaway's between the legs cross.
Tim Hardaway through the legs cross.
Tim Hardaway's crossover.
Hardaway between the legs crossover.
Tim Hardaway's double cross.
I would say Tim Hardaway between the legs crossover. It's unguardable. You knew what he's gonna do, and he was still able to get to it each and every time he made the move.
I think that may be, or maybe the sky hook.
Kareem
with the sky hook.
Kareem skyhook.
Kareem, 7 seconds. Finkel, the skyhook.
Greatest
This one of the
signature
ones
move of
I
all
expected.
time, in my opinion, has got to be Kareem skyhook.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem skyhook.
Kareem skyhook.
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 The skyhook.
Skyhook from Kareem. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the skyhook. Nothing beats that.
I think Kareem has the greatest signature move of all time.
Probably the most famous one. I'm gonna go with Kareem.
Kareem hits again with a skyhook.
I have to go to Kareem. He ended the game with the most points.
It's into Kareem. Kareem swing left, right hand, 12-footer, good!
For a center to be the all-time leading scorer in the NBA is pretty impressive. And it was one of those moves that you just couldn't do anything with.
That move is unstoppable.
Unblockable.
Just unblockable.
I haven't seen it replicated much. Like if you think about that move, he's the only guy you think of.
To this day, no one will probably be able to guard that, so definitely go with that one.
Kareem skyhook or Allen Iverson crossover.
The best signature move of all time has got to be Iverson's crossover.
Allen Iverson. He got the fattest crossover in the world.
Nah, yeah, that cross is.
AI's crossover's got to be the greatest.
Has to be AI's crossover.
Has to be the Allen Iverson crossover.
Has to be Allen Iverson crossover.
Oh, there's the crossover, one of the best in the history of the game.
The AI crossover.
The AI crossover.
AI crossover.
AI's crossover.
Allen Iverson crossover.
The Allen Iverson crossover.
Allen Iverson crossover.
Allen Iverson wins crossover.
Allen Iverson's crossover.
Allen Iverson crossover.
The greatest signature move of all time was Allen Iverson. Killer crossover.
Oh, Allen Iverson, what a move!
What a move by Iverson, and what a shot!
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson, for sure.
Allen Iverson's crossover, just because it was so deadly and his hesitation was so crazy, and he got everybody with it.
So yeah, when he set you up with it, when he did the long hang cross, it was over. That cross be different.
Iverson has Jordan. The crowd is
hit Jordan up like
He got Michael Jordan twice on the same move, so I'm gonna have to go with him.
His crossover changed the game.
It changed the game. It was revolutionary.
He introduced that to the game and made it comfortable for guards to really get out there and play that street ball game.
To be able to do
that's a fact.
What he did on that platform, and to be able to push the notion for small guards was exciting for me to watch, and it always will be one of the best pound-for-pound players to ever play the game.
But, my signature move, again, and it was a lot of things I like to do. One of the things I did is I took a move from Earl to Pearl Monroe. I watched a tape of Earl to Pearl where he spent the ball outside of the baseline and it never hit outside. It came back inbounds. And I'm like, man, that is a hell of a move. So I practiced that move over and over again until it became my signature move. And then I incorporate that with the off-balance bank shot off the glass. Because in that area, you had to have an arsenal of things that you use, especially as a post player guy who went off the dribble. So you had to incorporate different things in your game.
One thing you had, Nick, that I don't know if anybody else had, maybe y'all could tell me. In high school, I used to try this when I was really athletic. How the hell do you follow your own shot and tip dunk?
Because you know what? I knew I would miss a shot. I knew when I would miss it. And I knew how it was going to come off. So I would shoot a shot sometimes just to get a better shot. And so I knew the defense would turn to go get the rebound. So once he turned, I went around him.
That's crazy.
So I shot and went at the same time. Wow.
Yeah, because it's not many people that's getting their own rebound.
Yeah, so I knew it was coming on.
Get it. I'm going to shoot a three so I can dunk on you.
And you look at, Jose was talking about the shake, right?
13 on the shot clock. Down low for Dominique. Baseline drive. Dominique. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that jam? I don't know how he did that. Dominique.
That happened by accident.
When he did this?
What happened, when I faked to the middle, the defense collapsed. So I went back baseline. I jumped up and I started shaking. And he covered the rim. And I closed my eyes, I think, and I turned. And when I was turned back around, he was coming down. I was still going up.
Nick.
And so that's how that shake.
Nick, it wasn't here. You went like this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was down a little lower.
Jason Kidd, at that time, to me, had the best crossover and best game. And if you look at his stats, he almost averaged a triple-double. It was because he could take you to the post, he could shoot.
But that crossover, he could say, be all modest, I was left, it was this and that. But really, when you're in the position, which way is he going to check it? That's when he
But
freezes.
you know what's fun? Through the leg was the hardest, tightest, quickest.
Yeah.
It wasn't like me and Magic was sliding our feet that much, but for Zeke to have a guy that could just stand there, everybody went through their legs. But to me, you got space. That's when it's not the greatest. You're through the legs, and it's here and gone. It was the best I've seen ever.
Well, Iverson came in with a crossover that was outside of the box.
Wide, yeah.
And so his crossover was out here, and then he would shake with it and then bring it back. You know?
That's a fact. You definitely got to give it a little shake.
That's why Iverson had to bring his shot back in to shoot from over here. That's the difference. But Iverson, when he added the shake to it, I'm glad it was on Jordan and it wasn't on me.
You know, somebody that I like too, Chris Jackson, he had that similar through the leg, bop, and it was tight, right into his shot.
Yeah. Quick as
Sometimes
curve.
he would go and then he'd ball fake and kind of watch you go by.
Oh, he go. Yeah.
But his was in that mold that you're talking about.
when you stay tight with it.
I played with Rod Strickland, man. And it's funny, like, what people that watch basketball think and then people that play basketball think. So you would think like this, you'd have to go here, but like Isaiah said, you keep it tight so you can get to your shot. It's a method to the madness. I remember no one ever being able to check Rod Strickland, and he did not have a jump shot.
It's true.
So to me, it was like he was one of the best finishers that was short, and his handles, it looked like he couldn't handle his handle, and he never lost it. I remember Muggsy Bogues coming to me going, damn, he can dribble. And I remember all the point guards saying, I'm tired of Muggsy Bogues chasing me up the court.
You ever seen anybody block Rod Strickland's shot once he got in the paint?
Never.
Couldn't block his shot because he kept the defense off balance all the time. So he basically froze you a lot. Once he got to the basket, you're backpedaling, and sometimes he go off the wrong foot.
Yeah.
That would totally freeze you.
And still finish.
Still finish the shot. Since we talk, first name is Steve, Coulter.
The crooked leg.
The crooked leg. The crooked leg.
He brought it back. That one step through.
You got to give him the crooked leg.
See, okay, here, go between his legs, and he'll plant, and then he gone with it.
That's it.
Nah, yeah.
Hurt yourself trying
Players like that. One of my mans, we used to he had fake that type of archetype. He could move in such a way, like, I don't know, his leg, he fake boat-legged and crooked-legged and all that. So he fake move his legs in a way it's like, nah, how you do behind the back right there, and I fake had you turned, like, it's like, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so I played a few players like that. That should be annoying when they gotta move like that. Like, they could just get out of there from any angle for real. Like,
Yeah, but you can do it slow, but he was doing it full speed, like full speed.
And it would have you so off balance. And he had guards almost breaking their ankles, falling on the floor. And next thing you know, he had the basket at the rim laying it up.
I fell.
At the guard shots. George, the Iceman, Gervin.
Come on.
You got finger roll.
Finger roll.
Yeah. The shot of all guards.
Yeah,
that is a signature.
There was one thing that George Gervin did that I still haven't seen anybody in the game do. We were taught, use the backboard is your friend. Everything's got to be in the square, bank it in the square. George Gervin used all of the glass.
He sure did.
I mean, I would watch him practice warming up, and he would stand and he would spin it.
Spin the ball,
yup. The top of the glass, and
25, 50 in a row.
Yeah,
and trickle down.
And it's almost
Trickle
like
down.
he was spin up, and you would hear it go, eek.
Yup, you gotta practice those. I ain't gonna lie. All my smaller guards, you gotta practice those. I'm telling you, that's gonna help you a whole lot in those finishing situations. Just make sure you practicing. Just make sure you practicing your layups, bro. Like, you might think that I'm close as hell to the rim. I'm gonna make those. No, practice those. Practice the tough ones. Get on the other side of the rim. Practice just spinning the ball from on the other side of the rim to the. You know what I'm saying? Say the rim right here. You know what I'm saying? You on the left side of the rim. Practice trying to spin the ball to the right side of the rim off the backboard and making it in without jumping to nothing. Because if you could do it just like this, I promise you, you're gonna be able to. Once you jump in and put your all into it, you're gonna be right there. All you gotta do is put it up there.
and
Word.
it would just come straight back
Make sure
down.
y'all practicing
Your
y'all
right
layups,
hand,
bro.
Left hand,
For
any
real.
part of the glass. I mean, any part of the glass. He could find a spin or something to make it work. Whereas 99.9% of the players playing, we have to put that ball
Right there.
in the square to
the
make
glass.
it go in.
No one's got. But the thing about Kareem, when you look back at some of those games and those iconic moments where he hits those shots, I mean, he's hitting deep ones. I mean, he's hitting from 15 feet that sky hook, and you know it's coming. You know what he's going to do. You know, he's going to give you a little shoulder or whatever, but he's going to that sky hook. And I don't know if there's ever a play or a shot in the history of the game that that scored one as many points, and two was just you couldn't guard. You couldn't guard it. And I mean, I'm just surprised that more big guys don't try to work on that shot. I know it takes a lot of finesse, a lot of touch, but I mean, it's one of those things that I'm even thinking, why did I work on that? I mean, that shot right there was unbelievable to defend. I'll tell you what makes that shot so difficult to guard. First of all, you got a guy who's 7'2" with incredible balance. It takes a great balance to execute that type of shot and the fluidity to come through, because once you get up there, he's up there all alone. And there's no way you're going to block that shot. But he stayed within an area. You're talking about staying in that box, and that's what Kareem did. And it was just an unguardable shot. And again, a guy at 7'2" with that type of mobility, that type of talent, and athleticism at that size, he wasn't going to block it. They're the two best. They're two, and I played many years against both of those guys. And Kevin McHale, it got to the point where they were calling him a man of 1,000 moves. Could not guard him one-on-one on the box because he had such great footwork, and he did a great job of feeling the contact. And once he felt you, you were done. If the double team didn't come right away, forget about it. He had too much stuff on the box. Akeem, the same thing. Not only was he a very agile guy, but he was super strong around the basket, and he just had an unbelievable feel for the game.
Man, and I'm going to say this name, and all y'all going to go, yeah, the Sigma move.
I was thinking,
I was just about to say
yes, yes,
But Jack
yes.
Sigma, when he was with Seattle and then, you know, Milwaukee, and he would turn around on the block and give you that.
Without Sigma, there's no Tim Duncan move, and there's no Karl Malone move. And that's where they would get you. It's all spacing. You didn't think Karl Malone was going to go by you and dunk on you in the post. He wasn't that type of player. But you knew that he wanted to get to the free throw line plus 10 times a game. And if he hit you with that shot first, the first minute you just down, he hit you with the shot, now you think it's coming all night. But it's off the reverse pivot. And depending on what side you are, if you reverse pivot, you can just swing right into the post and dunk on people. So a lot of my post moves, and it's funny because you would hear commentators say, oh my God, he has to get in the post. It's stupid, I'm in the post, I'm doing the Sigma, I'm facing up, and now I can either pump fake because this guy's bigger than me or drive by. But you're so right, Zeke. And Sigma was a great passer because that flare in the other corner, all I got to do is do like this. You're looking at me, the whole court comes over here to sneak it over there. So, yeah, the Jack
One of the
Sigma.
first one was catching it in the post and then turn it around.
And he would hesitate with it because it kind of freezes you, and you could never get to it. You never block it.
Or he would be like, okay. And then this other dude came in by the name of Larry Bird, and he basically had the Sigma on the perimeter.
Right. He catching y'all, pressing him. He facing y'all up in the three. Yeah, just
And a step back thrown in.
Yes. Larry had the greatest step back I ever saw. You know, because he would give it to you on your left, and then he would step back and let it go. And then he had, again, every time I talk about his shot, you know, when you see a pretty ball rolling in the air, again, it's like it's telling the story in the air.
And see, people don't realize how big Larry was either. 6'10". He was 6'10", shooting that fade away from the. It was nothing you could do about it.
Tell us about it, Sneak. Tell us about Larry Bird.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and tell me, what do you think was the greatest signature move of all time?
Let me know, y'all, in the comments what y'all think the greatest signature move of all time was. Y'all heard me. I'm gonna have to go with the MJ fadeaway, man. That MJ, it's just poetry in motion, man. It's too smooth, too silky, you know. Yeah, that's the end of this one, y'all. But if you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you click on the last reaction on your screen right now. Tell me what videos you want me to react to next. Turn on post notifications. Links in the description, man. I'm out of here.